Movies are what dreams are made of. And that's my favorite thing about watching a good love story, because you're watching it and everything seems so perfect. I don't know if you've ever seen the Before trilogy, but there's a really good trilogy with Ethan Hawke, and I forget the actress's name, but there's a Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight, if I'm not mistaken. And it's one of my favorite trilogies of all time. But in the first movie, it's just these two people meet each other and they're on a train, and then they decide to spend a day together, and the movie is nothing but them just walking around the city. But they're falling in love and it feels so perfect, and you're like, yeah, I want that to happen to me. But it doesn't happen to you, because that's not real life. And that's what happens when you watch 500 Days of Summer. You think you're going to get into a nice, fun little love story, and it's not. It's painfully realistic. 500 Days of Summer it feels like this is something that can, if not will, happen to you if it already hasn't happened to you in the past. The film has two main characters, Tom and Summer. And since Tom was a kid, he's been a hopeless romantic. He's believed in true love. He thinks that, there is some girl out there who is destined to be with him, and they're going to fall in love and whatnot. If you're a hopeless romantic like you know what I'm talking about, all right? And then we have Summer. And Summer, her parents got a divorce when she was a kid, so she doesn't really believe in the whole love thing or relationships in general. She's just kind of going about life doing her own thing, living for her and no one else. And so these two ideals clash when Summer gets a new job at the place where Tom works. And immediately when Tom sees Summer, he's already in love with her. He hasn't even had a conversation with her, but he sees her and she's really pretty and he likes her. And then they're on this elevator together and he's listening to the Smiths. And Summer tells him that she likes the Smiths. And he starts to try to chase after Summer based on the fact that they have the same exact music taste. I mean, that's real. That's so real. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just me, but that seems like something I would do in real life. Okay. And so the movie, it goes through their 500 days together, and it's really rocky. And the whole thing about the film is that Summer tells Tom at the beginning that she's not looking for anything serious, that she's looking for something casual, but they're doing a lot of things that wouldn't be seen as casual. They're doing a lot of serious things, but Summer just wants to keep things casual, and she said that from the beginning. But Tom sees things differently, because he believes in love, and they're doing a lot of not so casual things. So he's thinking that, hey, we're a thing, we're official, maybe I can change her mind. But Summer's mind isn't going to be changed, but Tom wants to change her mind, and it's not going to happen. And it's this big emotional roller coaster for Tom, and it hurts, because I feel like we've all been there, and if you haven't, congratulations. But I feel like it's a real thing that a lot of people go through. You like a person, but they don't really like you as much as you like them, and you're doing a lot of things that would make it seem like you are together, but you're not really together, and that you're not together, but you want to be together. And this movie is just an entire emotional roller coaster that makes you feel all the feelings that you would feel in real life. It's the opposite of a casual love story. It doesn't make me feel like, oh my gosh, yes, love, it exists. It makes me feel like, oh no, love, it exists, and I want it to go away, because this is what love really feels like. This isn't even love for real, though. I feel like Tom is in love with the idea of Summer and the idea of what they could be. And that's brought up at the end of the film, because, Tom, he has a little sister, and he goes to talk to his little sister about the said situation that is going on. And she says to him that you're afraid of getting the answer you don't want, which will shatter the illusions of how great these past few months have been. Tom was looking at this whole entire situation with rose-tinted glasses. He was seeing all of the good things about Summer, all of the good things about the moments they shared, all of the good things about the entire past few months that they had spent together. And he didn't think about all of the bad moments, because in a relationship, in any relationship you have with anyone, there's going to be good moments and there's going to be bad moments. And if you really like someone, you're going to try to push the negative thoughts aside. But then when Tom starts to think about all the negative things that happen, he comes to the conclusion that he kind of loathes Summer. He has this really good I don't remember if it's a monologue, but earlier in the film, he's listing off all of these things that he loves about Summer. Her smile, her laugh, the way she dresses, and all that. And then once he starts to look at the relationship the real way, looking at things objectively and not through his rose-tinted glasses anymore, he's like, oh, I hate her crooked smile. I hate the way she talks and smells and sleeps and, all of that good stuff. And like any smart person after a breakup, Tom uses this breakup to fuel himself, to fuel his ambition, to fuel his drive. I think he quits his job. I'm pretty sure he quits his job. I'm going to say that he quits his job because he's throughout this film, he's had this whole arc where he wanted to be an architect when he grew up and went to college to be an architect, but now he's making greeting cards at a greeting card company, but he's meant to be an architect. So he uses this breakup to fuel his drive, and he starts studying and making drawings of buildings and all of this good stuff. And so then he's finally, at the end of the movie, he's going to go in and apply for this job to become an architect. And he had this favorite spot that he used to sit at this park, park bench, and he took Summer there with him one day. And so while he's sitting there alone, Summer shows up, and she's wearing a wedding ring. And this was the part of the movie that kind of got me, because I was like, okay, you were quote with Tom, right? You were doing all the relationship things that a couple would be doing, but you didn't want to be with him, and then you leave him, and then you decide to get married after leaving him. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me personally. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I feel like we've all, I'm not gonna say we've all been here. A lot of us have been there before. Hey, what happened? I feel like we had something going on, but apparently we didn't. But now you leave me and you're with him, and you've got a wedding ring. This is what happened to me when I was watching La La Land. I'll love you forever. No, you won't, Mia, because you're going to go off and get married to someone else and have kids with someone else, and my boy Sebastian is left all alone. Why does this happen? You feel like you're meant for someone, and then boom. It's I guess not. And obviously Tom felt the same way, because he goes a little bit insane. Not insane, but he goes a little crazy because how? How? And then I'm pretty sure that like Summer invited him to her like engagement party or something like that. I don't know. That was kind of crazy. Oh yeah. They broke things off, and then they started like talking to each other again, and she was like, "Hey, I'm having a party. You should come." But she didn't tell him it was an engagement party, and he shows up at the party expecting things to be like, "Hey, let's fall back in love with each other." And no, she has a wedding ring on her finger, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. But back to what I was saying, at the end of the movie, she's getting married, and Tom comes to the conclusion that love isn't real. True love doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a soulmate. And upon coming to this realization, he can finally move on from Summer, and he goes to his job interview, and then he meets Autumn. And it is implied that he is doomed to repeat the same cycle over and over and over again. The life of a hopeless romantic. Am I right? Movies are supposed to be what dreams are made of. But what happens when the movie is your reality? I feel like we normally watch movies to escape. We love that escape. We love that feeling of being in a world that doesn't exist. A world that we can only dream of going. But what about 500 Days of Summer? A film that has characters and plot points that you can easily see yourself in, that you can easily see happening in your own life. Why do I like this movie so much? Why did I give it a 10 out of 10? Why did I give it 5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd? Why do I like the realness of this movie? I don't know. Let me know if you like 500 Days of Summer down in the comment section down below. I feel like I should have answered that question, but I have nothing else to say about that. I really like it, and I don't know why, because I feel like I should hate it. I don't feel like I should hate it, but like, why do I like it so much? I feel like it's kind of painful to think about. If you really think about it, it's a really painful, like love is pain. Love shouldn't be pain, but I feel like it is if you really think about it. I don't know. Yeah. Please drop a like and subscribe because it really helps out. Join the Beam team. Leave a comment and I will respond to your comments because I read all of the comments, every single one of them. I was supposed to drop this video on Valentine's Day, but I'm late. But oh well. Like, subscribe. I love you. Have a great day. Peace out. Yes. Peace.